Hello, welcome back to the channel. I wasn't going to do a review today, but me and Shane popped out for dinner and got home and I thought, just fancy a beer. All I've got in the beer fridge are beers to review. So, I mean, all the beers I've got in there are all from the same brewery. I picked them up, I ordered them last week. They came over the weekend when I was at work, so I had to go and pick them up on Monday. It was a taster pack, or their taster case, if you like, of 12 beers. 6 of them were ones I'd had before or were duplicates of what I've got here. So I've had those ones, because I'm not going to sit around and just leave beer sitting there, am I? Let's be honest. But the 6 beers I'd never had before, chilled them down. It's very handy having a little beer fridge next to the desk, of course. And the brewery is Little Critters, up in, I think, Sheffield. It's Sheffield or Leeds or somewhere. Yeah, Sheffield. I knew it was somewhere in Yorkshire anyway. And I also bought a t-shirt which does have various aspects of designs from a lot of their different beers, and had to get myself a glass. The only design on it is just the brewery logo, but I do like having the glass for the brewery when I'm having a beer, where possible. And the beer I will be looking at today, as many of you are well aware, as if the Monomarth and Cradle of Filth flags wouldn't give it away anyway, I am a metalhead. So this one really spoke to me. It's a can of their Headbanger Session IPA. There we have it. So front and centre, this light, I might just have to turn that one, oh wrong way, off. It is very bright, and put my lamp behind me on. There we go, that's better. So you've got obviously a goat, so I'm guessing he's into black metal there. And then the lead guitarist, by the looks of things, is a sort of a shaman-y looking deer. So maybe he's into a bit of the old folk or Viking metal. And you've got is it a muskox maybe? Or a buffalo? On drums there. Oh, and as we can see, the lead singer goat is also the bassist. That, I think you'll agree, is an absolutely bonkers, fantastic, stunning can wrap. I mean, when I opened the fridge just now to choose what I was going to have, as soon as I opened the fridge and that one's at the front, I thought, yeah, it's got to be. So, Session IPA coming in at 4.4% from Little Critters Brewing Company. Let's have a look. Combining some of the greatest of all time, Goat, American Hops, Mosaic, Citra and Simcoe, we've put together a Session IPA to rock your world. I have noticed it does have oats in it, so I am expecting a slightly softer mouthfeel. And obviously you've got the usual, you know, if you're a car, don't get pregnant, the usual drink responsibly gubbins. So, Headbanger Session IPA from Little Critters. Let's whack it into that glass and see what we've got here, shall we? Oh, whilst I'm just pouring, I will apologise. My videos have been a bit sporadic of late. I have been incredibly busy, but I have noticed that I have finally passed my 250 subscriber mark. So, at some point very soon, we will be doing a live review of the 3-year-old Log Jam. So, that review will be dedicated to the former managing director and possibly one of the nicest guys you could ever know. Obviously, John, formerly of Lord's Brewing Co. So, let's have a look at this one from Little Critters, our Headbanger IPA. It does smell nice. So, there's a bit of haziness there, nothing in the way of head, and very, very low carbonation. That, I would say, I mean, if I hold it here, with the light shining through it, it looks a lot paler than it is, but I would say that's a rich straw, not quite heading into gold. There's yellow tones. We'll just go with a straw coloured beer in the glass, shall we? So, I mean, trying to pick up any carbonation. There's nothing in there. Carbonation might, I mean, it's carbonated, yes, but it's not rushing to the top. I mean, you can tell just by the lack of head there. That's not the be all and end all of anything, of course. Yeah, it's just a lower carbonated drink. There's a dankness in that aroma. It makes you want to check the can again because you're thinking to yourself, it can't only be 4.4%. There's pininess in there as well, which is really odd considering those hops. But a bit of citrus, there's a bit of mango in there, a bit of pineapple, and dare I say it, there's even the slightest hint of lychee. I've got to say, it smells fantastic. There's no denying that. And me being me, that dankness and that slightly resinous character, that speaks to me. Let's give it a go. Oh, wow. There's almost a tartness right on the front of the palate there. I mean, that citrus, it's really sharp citrus. But it doesn't linger. It's not a sour, is it? It just, well, in a way, that sharpness opens up the palate. And then you get a big pineapple-y hit coming in. And that is rounded off by a nice balanced resinous bitterness. I mean, it's not overly resinous, it's not really piney and grassy. It's not a West Coast. It just, well, it balances it out. It's really rather refreshing, this one. Yes, it is very soft on the mouthfeel. One thing I will say is it doesn't have that thickness, if you like, of a big juicy New England IPA. Would I like slightly more on the body? Maybe. But what you've got to keep in the back of your mind is this is a session IPA. You don't want it too heavily bodied because it's going to bloat you out. You know, if it's a sessionable drink, which this is, you've got to be able to session it, surely. And by God, this is a very sessionable drink. I often say, you know, whether a beer can be drinkable, and for me, drinkable and sessionable are two separate things. Drinkable is where you can easily sit down and finish off that glass, not, you know, in a long period of time. It's one you can really get into. Sessionable is one where you can smash it and you think, yeah, I'm going to have another one. That is fantastic. You know, the whole point is, if it's a sessionable beer, you could have a session on it. That's the whole idea, isn't it? And that is super smashable, super sessionable. It's not too heavy on the juiciness. You know, that pineapple-y, ever so slightly mango-y, with hints of exotic stone fruits, your lychee and so on. It's really refreshing. But then to get that nice, ever so slight resinous bitterness, just to balance it off, deliver a nice drying edge, so that, of course, what you're going to do, you're going to go in and have that next mouthful, aren't you? Which I find myself, as I think about it, reaching up for another one. And that is utterly fantastic. If you haven't had any of Little Critters beers, obviously I have reviewed quite a few of theirs in the past, and this is the first of 6 more to come. Do go and check them out. They often have quite good deals on some of their different mixed cases, so grab yourself the taster pack or the mixed stout pack or something. You won't be disappointed. And to that end, I'll pop their website address right down there in the description box. And until next time, cheers to you all. Don't forget to like, comment and subscribe down there. And until next time, very happy drinking.